And it's another episode of Ask Baldilocks. I had originally canceled this episode because I had solicited questions and I only got one serious question. But I figured out that it was my fault because I've been very lazy. That's the word. Very lazy about doing this. You have to build up an audience. I had to build up an audience as Baldilocks the writer, so I'm going to have to build up an audience as Baldilocks the occasional video maker. So, okay, here's the one serious question from Bo. Bo asked why Americans seem okay with the devolution of its society. The reason that Americans are okay with it is because they were indoctrinated into being okay with it. The thing about indoctrination is that you don't know what's happening. So when somebody tells you that you're indoctrinated, you look back and say, well, how did that happen? I didn't see that happen. And if you don't think things through, you're going to say, oh, that's bullshit. I was never indoctrinated. I don't know what you're talking about. But we're all indoctrinated to a certain extent. And in this case, we have been indoctrinated into being okay with our own destruction. And that especially includes black people. Another larger reason is that since the fall of Adam and Eve, everything in this world tends toward destruction. Excuse me. Tends toward devolution. That means we're born to die. That means our country is born, it's going to die. That means all civilizations are born, they're going to die. It's the way of the world. It's the way of the world since Adam and Eve screwed it up. So there you go. A fine example of the devolution of our society is this whole thing with this young black man who point blank murdered an old black man he didn't know. It's like a man who murders his father. It's emblematic of a person murdering their father. He doesn't know his father, so why not murder him? It's like a civilization that destroys all its artifacts, its heritage. Black people have been murdering their heritage since they started en masse, not getting married before having children. So what this guy did is just doing it. He just did it physically. He just did it blatantly in front of God and everybody. But black people have been doing this for a lot longer than this guy. The people I feel sorry for are the murdered guy's family, the older man. The older man reminds me of my father, both of my fathers, all three of my fathers. My great uncle, my biological father, and my American father. All good men. I look at the face of Robert Godwin, the murdered guy, and I see my fathers. That's who I see. But here's something that's interesting. Here's something else that's interesting that demonstrates the devolution of society. Lots of people are getting online and blaming the murderer's girlfriend. The murderer says that he murdered the older man because his girlfriend broke up with him. So they're blaming the murderer's girlfriend. What's he supposed to do? What's she supposed to do? Snatch the gun out of the stupid idiot's hand? Devolution of society, devolution of thinking, devolution of morals. You've been indoctrinated into it. but it is part of our nature. For the next episode of Ask Baldilocks, I'd like at least 5 questions that I'm going to ask on Facebook and on Twitter for the questions. In the meantime, come see me at baldilocks-talking.blogspot.com and at thetechguyblog.com/tag/Baldilocks. And don't forget, this show needs donations. So you can go over to PayPal or go over to Everbutton, and they're both on my Baldilocks blog. And they're also below this video. So, any more questions you have, sign up on my face, put them up on my Facebook, put them up on Twitter. You can put them up under this video also. All right. In the meantime, have a nice day and pray for our country. Pray for your family. Pray for our president. Pray for all of our political leaders and our spiritual leaders.